I know it's 1 o'clock, but we're waiting on technology to catch up with us. Okay. I will call to order the June 17th meeting of the Oklahoma City Riverfront Redevelopment Authority. Item 2 is items from the chairman. I don't see him, but we have somebody that will come in and replace the quitter here. We are sadly losing Aubrey, and it is a sad time. We'll miss you, and but Jason Fairbrush is going to replace her, and I thought he might step in later. We'll acknowledge him if he does, but we hate to see you go. This is your last meeting.
It is.
I don't imagine you'll actually retire. Somebody will snoop you up for consulting or something, or Anthony will take you on many more trips.
Many more trips. Yeah, that's our plan. We are so excited to be able to spend more time experiencing this wonderful city that we've both contributed to building over the last 25 years, Anthony longer than I have. But one of the things that I just want to say to this group is the river itself has been one of the most amazing, transformative entities that we've had in our city. And I have such passion about this opportunity as a resource for Oklahoma City. From a planning perspective, the work that we've done to really urbanize and develop the river, to take advantage of all of its natural resources in a sensitive way, the opportunity sites that we have for further development. This is the type of area that puts cities on the map. People go visit cities to be able to have this amazing experience where they can fly in from the airport, take a river taxi, go down to Alcana, experience downtown, see the skyline. I mean, our river has all of the elements that any city would wish for its urban river to have. And so I think the future of this body and everybody that makes this happen is hopefully going to be able to see that vision from the string of pearls come to effect. And I'm going to be able to sit back as a citizen and enjoy watching that happen, knowing that I played a little part at some point in the evolution of that and the history of that. But just want to say I really appreciate the dedication that this group has had. We've got a lot of really long-term members on this group that have really been dedicated to the development of the river for a long time. Our consultants that we work with have really helped us advance our vision of it, and we have a lot to look forward to in the future. So I'm really happy that I've been able to be the ACM over Parks and Recreation, and by default, I got to serve on this trust. So really appreciate that. I'm gonna miss you guys too, and thank you.
Yeah.
Gary, just to tag along with that, many of you may not know, this is a special day. This is the 40th anniversary of the Riverfront. June of '85 is when it started. Happens to also be my 40th year here too.
Well, I was going to say, we wouldn't remember it because we weren't here.
I'm the only one.
Well, that's right, absolutely. Yeah.
So, but it's a special day for all of us.
It is. And it started out with such meager beginnings and with meager ideas, and look where it is now.
Some of those meetings weren't very fun.
Right.
We didn't have any money. We didn't have anything, just nothing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we've come a long ways.
I had to smile when you said string of pearls. There's a whole bunch of people in this room don't know what string of pearls is.
Yeah.
But it was the original concept of having something all the way down the river from Mayor Patience Ladding. Anyway, yeah, well, again, we'll miss you. Okay, any other comment? Moving on, item 3 is the minutes from the May 20th meeting. Do we have any changes or corrections? Need a motion?
Yeah, let's try that again. All right, there we go.
Adam's good, but he's not that good. Can't you vote?
Sorry. Okay. I don't have the screen to be able to vote.
That passes. I'm going to jump back real quick. I missed one thing. I want to welcome Councilman Bradley Carter with us today, first meeting, and we're happy to have you. My councilman, Ward 1, and happy to have you here. Welcome aboard. Okay, item 4 is the consent docket. We have an oil and gas revenue report and an Oklahoma River Corridor agenda update. Any questions on either one of those? Need a motion? Cast your vote. And that passes. Item 5 is the primary agenda items. Item A is the river project summary. Jeff, what's going on?
Good afternoon. I'm James Jeff Shumway with Oklahoma City Public Works. Currently, we have quite a few projects still active in the floodway. One of the things that we've seen is a lot of reoccurring rainstorm events, and the river's very sensitive to those type of events. This has kind of slowed some of the progress that we've had on a few of the projects. Prime example, the May Dam rehabilitation project has been slowed by quite a bit of river flows in the floodway. We've been able to continue some of the sediment removal along with that project, and still working on some bank stabilization and some anchor points within the May Basin. Within the Eastern Basin, we still have the FAM landing, and it's moving along very well. As you can kind of see in the photos, the amphitheater is well completed, and we're starting to move into the lighting and the paving portion of the project. We've also had some significant upgrades to our SCADA system. That's kind of an ongoing project, and we've added several new cameras and servers and things of that nature to keep the automated portion of the dams operating correctly. Also, our river crews have removed 128 cubic yards of debris. And there is one new project that will be added to the list of active projects, is the Brum Dam hinge repair. We've had a little bit of damage that occurred to the Brum Dam boat lock, and we are currently trying to get that out for repair. Is there
Any questions? Thanks, Jeff. Your motion to accept that? Cast your vote. And that passes. Item B is a quarterly update from Epic Paintball.
Afternoon, everybody. Thanks for having me. I'm Randall Coles, owner of Epic Paintball Park. We're going to be moving our location that is currently off of I-40 and Morgan Road next to Terex now, that it's not Canoe. And we're going to 8700 Northwest 10th Street. We have started, since our last quarterly, tree removal. And do you have those pictures? And we've also been doing some cleanup work. There's quite a bit of homeless debris, which are in some of the pictures, but on this picture here, that's field number 2. Uh-oh, it disappeared. And what we did, you can kind of see the mounds of not clippings, mulch, there we go, thank you. Mulch, those will be removed, but as you can see, we've cleared up the canopies so people can actually play in the shade underneath the trees. What's the next one? And that's a little better angle of it. See how you can see all the way through there? Down to where the drainage ditch is at the back. And then there's a few dead limbs we still need to clean up, but that'll kind of give you an idea of, what we've been doing as far as not clearing trees, but as far as just raising things up to clean them up. And this is kind of some of the trash that's in the area that we've started collecting. There's cabling. I think that's a computer box. There's a homeless pile where we cleared out a homeless deal right there that will be taken away. There's a lot of tires. There's some more debris. I mean, there's just a lot of it. So we're cleaning that whole area up. It's been used as a dumping ground. Now, one thing we did do behind those, we have what's called a totes field, which is what those are used for, to hide behind. Well, we have some extra ones, so we brought them down here, and you can kind of see on the right that tire sitting there. Well, there's a bunch of them behind there. People have been dumping back there, so we closed that section off so that people couldn't make it worse than it already is. So I thought I'd show you that. We don't have one of the layout of the, there we go. So this was the original proposal. So we were gonna do an axe throwing, but that's not gonna happen right now due to financing. So field 1 right there will be our barrels field, and we have a sign that's made out of barrels that say Epic on it. Field 2 is the one that I showed you those other pictures of. Fields 3 and 4, the trees there, we're just gonna raise the canopies up on those. The speedball fields, because you can't have trees on a speedball field, those are being removed currently. That's approximately about 1.5 acres. We have 1 acre cleared. The stumps are still there. We got to uproot them and then have the ground smoothed out. Then we put down Bermuda grass. So it'll kind of look like a golf course fairway. Does that make sense? So it'll look really nice when it's done. We're a little behind. We started clearing that, and then we've had like a month or so of rain. And when we were actually clearing that, they stuck the chipper, which is real heavy, for 2.5 hours. They had to finally got it out. But it's just too much rain. So we have stopped currently. I'm hoping the next week or two, like this week's supposed to be hot and sunny, dries it all out. We can start finishing our chipping project and start getting the stumps pulled out here in the next 2 to 3 weeks and start making more progress on it. So in my next quarterly report, we can show you some where we've cleared out all the homeless stuff, you know what I mean? And all the, get everything smooth and clean and kind of give you a little better idea of what the finished product's gonna look like. And we're looking at moving sometime in fall. I can't give an exact date because, like I said, the weather kind of put us behind a little bit. But that's what we're looking at.
Very good. Any questions? We appreciate the update. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Motion to accept that? Cast your vote. And that passes. Item C is a quarterly River Sport Foundation update. Chris?
Good afternoon, thank you. I feel privileged to be here on the 40th anniversary. That's amazing to give an update. Here's our financials through May. You can see charitable donations are behind budget and behind last year. That's some timing of just some of the donations that we receive. Our earned income is exceeding budget. Our total revenue is also exceeding budget, even though we have some of our contributed support behind. And mainly that's our group business is really thriving right now with renting out some of the buildings and hosting our field trip days. And then total operating expenses are below budget. And then overall EBITDA is above budget for the year. So we're moving in the right direction and on the right track with reducing expenses and trying to create some more revenue. And it's showing right there in our financials so far for the year. So some program updates. I came to you last month and shared a little bit about our high school athletes that were headed to nationals. That was last weekend. We ended up having 3 teams that competed last weekend in nationals in Sarasota, Florida. Our men's 8, which we were really excited about going. It was our first time since 2012. Overall, showed up and did a really good job at the race. Unfortunately, didn't podium. But it was a really good learning experience for those high school athletes, and they had a good time. And we're only graduating 1 of those athletes, and so 7 of them are returning to the boat. So I think next year is going to be our year that we'll podium on the men's 8, which will be nice. But we also hosted our youth rowing championship on May 10th, and so that's the high schools that come out that get sponsors. So we work with companies that sponsor these high school teams. A lot of these schools are Title I schools that probably would never have any sort of a rowing community or rowing program. And you can see right here, we had 160 student athletes that came out from 17 schools around Oklahoma City to compete. Man, the joy and the energy of the kids that were out there competing, and the parents that were so proud of their children out there on the water was such an amazing thing to see. And you spoke about the river and like what the river provides. That right there is like monumental to these student athletes. And so we're grateful that we get to be a part of it and get to host it. But in all, the 160 athletes had a great time. Some of them, it was their first time we put them in combined boats. They were opposing schools that couldn't make an 8, that we had 4 from one and 4 from another that we threw in the same boat and said, you're gonna do it, and they made it to the finals. Now they're like, oh gosh, we can do it. We gotta find more kids at our school that wanna be part of our program, and they can come out and be a part of it. So again, I spoke about Title I. To actually host a school and to have them have a team for a semester, it's $2,500. So for the full year, it's a $5,000 expense that we don't pass on to the schools. We work hard to go find companies and donors that want to be able to provide that for these schools so that these kids can come out and have that opportunity, which is great. So that's pictures from the event and the kids having a great time. And then we hosted Learn to Row. And so every month, May through September, we're hosting a Learn to Row program. It's where anyone in the community that's interested in figuring out what we do down there or wants to be a part of it can come out and sign up for a Learn to Row program. Learn to Row program is 6 total sessions. They're 2-hour sessions. They're on Fridays and Saturdays, Friday night, Saturday morning. And then we had a free Learn to Row day 2 weekends ago on a Saturday. That we did almost 100 people in the community that came out to the free Learn to Row day that got to experience erging, which is our indoor row machines. Then we put them in a barge, which is a really big flat bottom boat that cannot tip over, really stable, and then talked about what our programs are. We just kicked off this past weekend our June Learn to Row. It's sold out. So we increased capacity. Excited to say that we have 28 adults that are going through our June Learn to Row program. We had 48 that came and showed up on Friday. Some of them were for our Discover, which is kind of a 1-day program. And we were able to convert quite a few to July. And so we're starting to see a lot more interest in the Oklahoma City community of adults that are like, wow, I didn't know that you had rowing on the river. Or, wow, I didn't know that I could get access to rowing on the river. And this is a feeder program to that, and we're really excited about it. And then here's some of our upcoming events. We did just host our Beers and Bluegrass. It was our busiest day so far this summer out there at the Whitewater facility. We've got our International Olympic and Paralympic Day coming up on June 23rd, where we will just be talking to the public, and we'll have some of our ergs, our indoor rowing machines out there to teach people a little bit of how to row. We're trying to get one of our coaches that works out there has a gold medal. He was on a gold medal Olympic team. He's coaching currently out there for the U.S. Rowing Under 23 team, which is kind of Olympic hopefuls. And so we're hoping he can break away for a few hours and bring his gold medal and let anybody that's interested in seeing a gold medal come out and be a part of it. Then we have our Stars and Stripes River Regatta. That's our big one on June 28th. It's all day on the river. Starts at first race, I believe, is 7:30 in the morning, and our night sprints go till 10 o'clock at night under the lights. Again, we are the only rowing venue in the world that has night lights on the water, which is very unique to us, and also creates other opportunities for potential training and these night sprints. And then we'll have fireworks that'll go on after the final race. We've got a floating film coming up. It's going to be Cars. It's free, so if you got kids and you want to come hang out and watch a movie on the water, it'll be on July 18th. And then on the 19th, we've got Paddle Mania, which is a plethora of events throughout the day. But the biggest one is you get to build your own cardboard raft and take it down the Rapids Channel in costumes and have some fun. I will be building a raft, so if any of you are looking to captain one of the rafts, I'm happy to let you captain the one that I make with duct tape and cardboard. A retirement party celebration, happy to let you captain it.
Sadly, I'll be in Mexico at the time, so.
Next time, right?
Next time.
And then we have our 4th annual River Bowl going on August 2nd, and then our Swiftwater Championships August 25th and 29th. But a lot of things going on out there. We're open 7 days a week for operations. We've got summer camps going on. And then, like I said, we've got the under 23 U.S. rowing camp that just kicked off yesterday. That'll run for the next 4 weeks down there. And it's the top 42 under 23 athletes in the country that are training on our river here in Oklahoma, which is cool. That's it. Any questions?
Any questions for Chris?
Yeah, thanks.
Very good, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Item D is the, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Cast your vote on that. That passes. Now, item D is amendment number 3 and restated audit contract with Allen Gibbs and Halleck LC for our fiscal year 24-25 audit. Need a motion? Cast your vote. That passes. Item E is a renewal of the lease agreement with the Latin and American Soccer League of Oklahoma for adult soccer league near Southwest 22nd and Walker. They've had that for a number of years down there. This is a renewal of that lease. Cast your vote. That passes. Item F is amendment number 10 to the lease and operation agreement between the city, the River Trust, and the River Sport Foundation for operation of the Whitewater facility July 1 of 25 through June 30, 26. Need a motion? Cast your vote. That passes. Item G is the revocable permit with the River Sport Foundation for the River Bowl, August 2nd, 25. Chris talked about that earlier. Need a motion? Cast your vote. That passes. Item 6 is the claims docket. Any questions on the claims docket? Cast your vote. And that passes. Item 7 is the director's report.
Good afternoon, everyone. Melinda McMillan Miller, Parks and Recreation Director. So we've received the report. You'll see there's been a lot of activity to help address our unhoused residents in Oklahoma City. So we continue to keep an eye on the river properties, especially targeted focus on the West River Trail at the moment. Been working a lot with our Key to Home program to help provide alternative housing for those individuals and also wraparound services. So we'll keep pressing on that, and then also working hard around the Larry McAtee Parks, Crystal Lake area where we have some new encampments that are kind of starting to pop up again. So we'll continue to work hard to keep a diligent eye on serving those individuals and getting them some services and keeping our trails cleaned up and ready to go for the riverfront. Any other questions? Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Motion to accept that report? Cast your vote. And that passes. I noticed Jason has stepped in. Jason, you want to stand up or you want to make any comment? Jason Fairbrush will be the person in this chair next month. We look forward to that happening.
Yeah, just thank you for the introduction, and looking forward to working with everyone.
Very good. Any comments by trustees? Any citizens to be heard? Not many left in the room, yeah. Sue, nothing to say?
Next time. I can give you all an update.
Okay, very good. All right, we are adjourned.